Welcome to another after school special by the Tips team. Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 features you should check out in Google Earth. All right, the first thing we're going to take a look at is the ability to explore Google Earth in 3 dimensions. Let's head to the town we currently are in. The first thing you're going to notice here is we come into pretty much a Google Maps view, but if we scroll in, let's say to downtown, we're going to notice that we can click this 3D button and actually get control of this map from a bird's eye view where we can zoom in and actually start looking at the height of buildings, elevation of bridges and river valleys, even stands of trees. So this is a great way to explore elevation changes in communities or the relative heights of different buildings, or pretty much any time that a bird's eye view of the actual 3D renders is better than a flat map. All right, coming in at number 2, we have the ability to use Stickman to explore any of the Google Maps Street View data right inside Google Earth without having to leave. So when I pick up Stickman from the bottom right, you'll notice a lot of blue lines. Blue lines are streets where the Google Earth vehicle has made the street view, but you'll also notice some red dots in various places along buildings and other places. For example, if I were to drop Stickman onto this red dot on Rogers Place here, what we'll see here is that we're going to zoom right in to inside the building. So someone's uploaded a 3 dimensional shot of right here at ice level. So we can actually explore inside a number of buildings like Rogers Place or the legislature grounds or other places like that. Zooming out, we keep going, will eventually bring us back outside the building and into the other view. Number 3 is a pretty simple tool, but it's one that comes in pretty handy. So if we flip into 2D view here and we take a look at right around where I'm working, and we're wondering, for example, what the distance around our park is, we can simply grab our ruler tool and click to define this distance. So here I am measuring away in meters in this case, and I can actually click right around here and find out that this shape has a perimeter and an area 360 meters and an area of almost 6,000 square meters. I can change these units into whatever I want, but it's a quick and easy way to accurately measure distance on top of this map through defining a shape or a simple line. So it might come in handy in math or in social studies or in phys ed or any number of subjects that your students may be exploring. So number 4 on the list, but probably one of the best features here, is the ability to look at voyages. So voyages are created in the Voyager button here, and these are where a number of people have created content about particular topics. So for example, if we wanted to take a look at the day the dinosaurs died, this group here has created an entire voyage related expressly to that using Google Earth data. So we can go ahead and head into that, and it's going to take us to these various points around the Earth where we can learn about more content related to that. And as you can see here, there are 17 slides, and you and your students can explore a topic using Google Earth data and create a content. And once you've explored the other tools and you're ready to start creating your own content, the newest feature in Google Earth is the ability for you and your students to go ahead and create your own custom content. So just below Voyager, you'll see here projects. And this is where you and students can define your own projects and create your own content. So pretty straightforward. Let's say we wanted to explore an area. We could be exploring our community or, things like that. I'll be exploring just around my workplace here. We can go ahead and create a new project and give it a title. And what I can do here is add a description or other things. But what I can do down here is I have the ability to add custom cards as place marks or define areas. So for example, I might drop a pin right on top, give the title, click save, And now in this card here, what you'll see is I can go ahead and edit that card. I can grab some content. Selecting images directly from there. I could write something about my work. And I can even customize the pin that I'm dropping. In this case, I'm going to use, let's use a star and change the color. I'm going to go ahead and go back. And now when I click on this pin, I'm going to get that custom card with that image and these things here. So as you can see here, I can drop the pins all throughout my community, maybe exploring where I go to school, where I live, where I go to the library. You can also define routes or lines. So I could say, when I want to go for a coffee, I can go ahead and head across the street and down the road and to the Tim Hortons where I get my coffee, hit enter to define that line. And this isn't the best example, but you could imagine talking about walking home from school or walking to school. You could define a shape using the same tool, maybe of your schoolyard. And what you can do then is what you'll notice is that once you've done this, if I were to now come in over here, let's say I wanted to talk about, you know, um, walking to the mall, I can actually put this in 3D mode, zoom in a little, drop another pin right here, click save. Now, what's going to happen, what's interesting is when we present this, we can actually present this project in full screen mode. And what you'll see here is just like in the voyages that were made, we can explore each step. So in this case, my map was in the same position as I did all three, so they'll be the same, but as I go to the fourth, it's going to remember the view I was in when I dropped that pin, so it's going to go to 3D mode and go there. So if your students were exploring a region, they could actually create a fly-through exploration of that region using maps data. So those are some of the top 5 things I would suggest you check out on Google Earth. So if you haven't done so yet, definitely give it a check because it will work for you and your students on pretty much every device you've got. And it's a great way to teach and for students to share their learning. Thanks. And if you have any questions, be sure to reach out to the TIPS team or check out tipsstudypsb.ca.